Welcome back, everybody. That was what got me. That little thing is what got me.
Out of all the stuff that we were saying
Out of
before
all
this
the
started,
things,
that one
little thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That thing.
Welcome back, everybody.
That one thing.
To This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me this week, the little Irish boy himself. It's the Whiskey Mutant. Oh, no, it's the Whiskey Mutant. I had this whole thing. I told you this before we started recording. I had this whole thing where for a cold open.
The little whiskey boy.
If Eric didn't wear green, because we're recording on St. Patrick's Day.
I knew if I didn't wear green, something would be brought up.
Well, I was gonna make a joke out of it.
You're gonna pinch me or something.
Well, that was gonna be.
You want to act it out right
joke.
now for them? Act as if I didn't wear green.
Yeah. Okay. So
right.
this is what was gonna happen for audio listeners. Before you hear Eric say stop, I will have pinched him. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not really gonna pinch you either.
You can if you want. Stop it. I was going to act like I hit him. I was really going to hit him, and then it was going to fade away. That was cold open. And then you come back with a black eye.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was
Broken glasses.
thinking.
Your glasses are like this. And you're scared the whole time.
Yeah. I was going to play it off like Eric had beat me up because he was mad that...
I said, I don't do traditions.
I
can wear what I want to whenever I want to.
That's very Whiskey Mutant of you, though, to be like, I don't believe in the traditions of things.
I don't believe in traditions of wearing green.
I do, however, believe in the tradition of you following us on social media.
Yeah.
At My Bourbon Pod and at Whiskey Mutant.
Do it.
Personally, I'm at PureRitter1792. I haven't been putting it up on screen because I say it enough. But you can also leave us a 5-star rating and review. If you have questions or comments, send them to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. And we usually read those letters out here on the podcast if you want us to. Or if you think it's fine.
Or if you send us a letter and said, don't read this, I've just sent you a private letter, then we'll keep it private.
Yeah.
But you know what other stuff is private?
Discord.
And how do you get on Discord?
Patreon. I'm going to get there in a second.
I always do that.
I got my whole thing, man.
That's what I'm here for. Chaos!
Yeah. You can leave us a voicemail for the Barrel Ring segment at 859-428-8253. I like that we're doing that.
Yeah.
That's really good. We listen to the voicemails here on the show. We don't have any this week, but that's okay. That's fine.
It's your fault for not calling in. So.
It is. Check out all of our apparel and merchandise at bourbonshop.threadless.com. We got...
Calm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dumb. We're just two teenage boys who have adult male bodies. It's true though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple new shirts that are going to be going up there soon. You missed the stream last night.
I did. I was working.
But we need a shirt that says #BME.
Okay.
Big
Mutant
energy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like simple shirts too that make people think.
So we're gonna have a Big Mutant Energy shirt up on the shop.
My favorite thing though is putting that hashtag in, just putting in #BME in Instagram and seeing what comes up though. Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Try it. See what happens.
We'll do it for a bonus
Disclaimer.
episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
In this bonus episode, we get on Instagram.
We get on Instagram and we look up hashtags.
We're dumb. Sorry. What else do we talk about?
The live show.
Live show. We'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
I guess Patreon. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. Support the show for as little as $1 a month, for as little as $5 a month. You can hear this episode completely uncut and unfiltered.
What got Perry?
What got me laughing so bad?
Find out.
Patreon's going to know. Pours from the floor.
Yep.
We did that
three pours this week.
I was working on a logo for Pours from the Floor the other day too.
That one?
Yeah, that one with all the little leathery bits. No, that.
Ooh, I like that because you put the floor like it's a floor. I like that.
I'm not done with it yet. I've still got. I mean, clearly I'm not done with it yet.
Floor.
I got some more work I'm going to do with it. I don't even really know what it's for. It's just.
Well, can't Patreon stuff have an artwork that comes up? Like if you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when they click on it,
yeah.
Say pours from the floor. What would Sample Irresistible look like?
It's us photoshopped onto what's his name's face.
Oh yes. Don't even put nothing on it. Just do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't even say Sample Irresistible.
Poorly. It's like
the worst Photoshop.
180p.
Yeah. The worst. That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah. So that's good stuff.
There's a Discord.
There's a Discord channel or Discord server now. I keep saying channel. I apologize. But we have a server now for Discord, which you only have access to if you are on the Patreon. Eric is the resident bad boy.
Yes.
Over on the
there's a
Not
channel
Safe
that
for Work channel.
Not the Not Safe for Work channel.
It's called Tips and Bits.
Tips and Bits. But you put the little no one under 18.
I haven't actually said it out loud. I had the idea and I was kind of going back and forth with it. I was like, well, do I save it for, recommendations? Because that's the thing we do with the show. Or do I just go full hog and call it Tips and Bits because it already sounds sexual?
Yeah. And it is.
In another universe, it was called Tops and Bops.
Tops and Bops. And that's the place where I post memes that are absolutely not good for anybody unless you're just wanting to see the raunchiest of the worst. And then everybody else is starting to, and it's really the only place I hang out in
It's
Discord
your safe
now.
space.
Yeah.
Give me that beer
I
glass.
feel very safe there.
But also, the live show.
The live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. No.
That's it. Y'all know what to do.
It is the weekend of Labor Day. Labor Day weekend is how people normally say that.
Memorial Day?
Memorial Day. I didn't even get it right.
They're like, Labor Day.
You tell them. I'm done.
It's the Saturday before Memorial Day.
I don't want to be around anymore.
We do the live show. We're going to do a little pre stuff. You're going to get drinks on us, and there's going to be a bar. You're going to get food. Then we're going to record a live podcast with Legend. She's the pairing goat. She's the pairing goat, and I will admit that, but I will try to overthrow that. I will try to become the pairing goat because we're going to pair with Peggy No Stevens. She's going to join us for the entire podcast, so you'll even get to hear what she's been drinking or anything like that. She's going to be there the whole time we record. So tickets are on sale right now at the link. Perry's put it pretty much everywhere. They're $30 for the show. People come early, people stay late. It's just a big party. If you want to get in on the VIP stuff, which starts Friday, we're going to have some tastings. The VIP Plus is sold out, unfortunately. That is a special tasting with Peggy before the live show. But there's plenty of VIP left where you get to join in on a tasting that me and Perry are putting together. We're going to record Patreon stuff that night on Friday, so you could be a part of that. People just come up and get in on that. Bottle share. We'll have dinner together before that, and just a big hangout. We've got a hotel link that gets you a discounted ticket price. I know some people have got on the website and not use the link and said it's cheaper and stuff like that, but it actually ends up helping you if you use the link because it gets you the standard price throughout the whole week. Sometimes it changes, and you can reserve without completely paying for it. If you want the cheapest price on their website, you have to pay right then, and something happens, you don't have to worry about refunds, and you can book it through the link. It helps us. It helps the hotel keep track because the more people we bring in, the better it looks for us, and the more things we can do for them.
We can do the thing.
We can do the thing. So get in on that live show the weekend, whatever. It's going to be fun. You got plenty of time to plan it. That's why we're telling you now. And we've got some surprises.
We do.
Yes. What is this?
This
Blind
is a beer. Because it's St. Patrick's Day, I figured we would drink a little beer. It's not an Irish beer, but it is a beer that basically the origin of was from an Irishman.
An Irishman.
Yes.
Okay.
Any guesses?
Of who that Irishman was?
Yeah. It's fine. It was Pierce Lyons, the guy who founded Alltech, who also started Lexington Brewing Company.
Okay. That was my second guess.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
This is a Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Imperial Milk Stout.
Oh, a stouty boy. These always get me. You knew what you were doing.
12% alcohol.
Oh, boy.
This label is so nice, though.
Let me see it. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Imperial Milk Stout. So what? Okay, you're done. Yeah, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
You know what I was going to say.
Yep. Ooh.
Because I feel like that's like when you say milk stout, like that's like a what's the word on the clickbait? It's kind of like clickbait. You're like, oh, milk, okay, but
Yeah.
I don't even actually know what that means.
I don't know if I like this. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. No, it's not good. It tastes like sour cream.
Ugh. It almost tastes like ranch.
Yeah.
Ugh. You know what we should do? We should figure out if we put a bourbon floater on top of it, if it helps it out any.
You want to make a little boiler maker?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What's a car bomb? Isn't there like an Irish car bomb?
It's offensive, and you shouldn't call it
No.
that anymore.
Is that what it? You really don't call it that anymore?
No, you call it a Dublin drop.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Well, neither does an Irish car bomb.
Well, it makes you think that something crazy is going to happen.
It's historically insensitive.
Okay. Cancel culture.
Oh, shut up. You're a
Okay.
real piece of work, you know that?
What? I thought that's what it was called. I didn't know they changed it.
I don't know if I want to drink any more of this.
I mean,
It's a good thing I only bought the one.
I'm not mad at saying that I don't want to drink the rest of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another sip. Just. Oh, let's just put those over there.
Yeah, I'll put them on my side.
Yeah, you're right. Because I don't have any room over here.
I didn't have any room over here before either.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just playing.
It's a weekly thing at this point.
It's
That's really bad.
not good. So
I normally am like, oh, most Alltech brewing stuff is pretty good. But that's not even pretty good. I don't know if it's the milkiness. I don't know if it's the imperialness. I don't know what, man. But I don't want any more of that.
What do you want?
Do you have a flying blind for me?
I can.
Or
I
do
haven't
you have
told you what.
snacks?
I don't have a. I didn't bring a snack because you said we were doing this beer.
Blind me.
Okay.
I didn't see it. Oh, it's got cork.
What if I just flung it in your eyes after you said blind me?
No, both eyes. Blind me in both eyes, sir.
That's how we're doing it.
Is this the Irish whiskey that Swan gave you?
Yeah. Do you remember what it is?
Teeling?
Well, it's not a flying blind anymore. All right, hold on. I ain't letting this show go on. What if there's somebody new that's like, I really like this flying blind thing? Drink on that.
Okay.
Okay, found something back behind your little bar that looked interesting to me, and I've never had it. Oh, that smells really good. It smells interesting.
I don't know what this is. Back there behind my little bar. It almost sounded like an insult. Back there behind your little bar.
I don't even have a bar in my.
I know.
But look, it is a little bar.
I know it is a little bar. Do you know the origins of the bar?
I don't know. I watched a video where the early days where you filmed a mixology video back there with somebody that came in and made drinks and stuff.
Oh, that wasn't there.
What was that?
Okay, so the video you're talking about was at my father-in-law Brett's house.
Oh. I thought it was like right here and they just came in.
No, that was when we were still in Richmond. I hadn't graduated yet.
Oh.
But speaking of graduating, that was part of my senior project.
You made that?
I helped Lucy's grandfather make it.
Look how oily this thing is.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that it has now been in both houses that Lucy and I have lived in. It was upstairs.
Yeah.
When my studio was in the nursery. When do you stop calling it a nursery and start calling it the kids' room?
Is there still a crib up there?
No.
It's not a nursery.
Okay,
anymore.
so Eden's room.
Eden's room. I think once it turns into like you got a little normal bed, it's a bedroom.
She's got a little bed.
Yeah, it's a bedroom.
Little
There's
toddler-
there's
little
not
toddler
a
bed.
no crib anymore. Ooh, I don't mind the nose. Not much of a finish. It's an oily motherfucker.
I don't know what this is.
It's pretty good though.
I know a couple of bottles that are back there, but I don't know if...
She's like, it is a nursery. Don't call it a room yet, Dad.
I'm still a baby.
I'm still the baby.
She is still the baby. She's my sweet little baby girl.
Well, she'll be that forever because I still call Addison that, and she's 14 years old. She's the little baby girl.
What are we drinking?
You have any guesses?
I mean, based on like what I know is back there and what I'm assuming you've not had before, I'm thinking like the Jim Beam Choice or the Bourbon Deluxe. I don't know then, honestly. Oh, snap.
Calumet
I
Farm.
forgot I had this.
An old one.
Y'all remember when Calumet Farm used to be in this dumb bottle?
12 years old.
It doesn't taste 12 years old.
No, what's the proof on that?
94?
Yeah, I knew the proof was low.
Only 19 barrels.
Yeah, that's why I saw that. I was like, this looks interesting. Not bad.
That's not bad. It's not like blowing my socks off or anything, but...
Do you remember when you got that?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So I have one of my dear friends. I've talked about him before, and actually he's kind of been on the show before. I think a little bit. Back in the early days of the podcast, Tom Monarch.
Mm-hmm.
He graduated with Lucy.
That was the guy that had the decanter, right?
Yeah. He gave me the decanter with the Old Scout pick.
Yep.
In it. He introduced me to his friend, who is now my friend as well. His name's Mike. Mike was on one of the first 30 episodes of the podcast. It was called This Is My Bourbon Collection or something like
Mike
that.
Wazowski.
No, Smith. Anyway, so back when I first met Mike, he was like, well, I've got all this bourbon and I've got all these bottles and I don't need all of them.
Oh.
So why don't you take some?
That was one of them?
So he loaded up a box for me, just of bottles that I'd never had before. That was how I got my very first Stag Junior.
Damn.
Which
Just loaded it up and gave it to you?
Yeah. It was too hot for him.
Mike. Wow.
Yeah. I can't remember all the stuff that was in it. I think it might be on the Instagram page for the podcast.
Go back, follow it, and go look.
I know I definitely still have bottles from what he gave me.
Mike Wazowski.
I mean, obviously, I do. But this is not bad at all.
No, it's not.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's definitely Barton.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely 12-year-old Barton.
Tastes like banana bread.
Yeah. Anyway, what have you been drinking recently?
Michelob Ultra. No, I had one the other day. I had one the other day when I was cleaning.
You answered that so quickly.
Well, I was thinking of different things that I've had lately, and that's the most different thing I've had. I was cleaning the garage. I had a day off, and I was like, I got to straighten up the garage. It was a mess. And I pulled out my big old Michelob Ultra that I had. I don't know how long it's been in my refrigerator. I don't even think it's mine. I think somebody came over and left them, but I enjoyed it.
That's good.
I enjoyed this.
I don't mind Mich Ultra. I really don't.
It was one of those times where it just felt right to have a beer.
Yeah. I truly think that light beer just gets a bad rap.
I think it doesn't fill you up, doesn't bloat you out. Like, that's my problem. When I drink these heavy, like, IPAs and stuff, like, I get bloated.
Yeah.
But I could drink one or two Michelob Ultras and feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't mind it at all. I like that. So it was fun. I had some Antique 107. Paired it with Strawberry Twinkie. 4. Whiskey
Mutant pairs whatever you tell him to.
There you go. Follow it. Whiskey Mutant Instagram. Sometime I want to do one where you do the whole thing, but I dub over it. And it's my voice, but it's just you doing the whole thing.
I would really like for it to, if you just didn't try to get exactly what I was saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just dub it, and it's like, it doesn't even like sync up, but I interpret that.
Okay. Are you doing it? Is it still like me? Like, is
You're
it Perry doing it, or is it I'm pretending to be you?
No, you do it.
Okay.
I'll film it, and then I'll chop it up and edit it like I normally do, and then I will go back and I will dub over it.
Perry, I'm a big dub idiot.
I wouldn't say that, but I would do voices
I mean,
like that.
I would find it really funny if you did something like
Whiskey
that.
Moon does this so much better. You better follow him. Fuck my daily bourbon. Stuff like that. But it would be you smiling. You may not even be talking at that time. Stuff. Yeah. And you just do a whole pairing like you're filling in for me, but then I just dub over it.
I love the idea of this like lost to time pairing that I've done, like an episode that will never be heard by anybody. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I love it so much.
OWA and Michelob Ultra.
That's a heck of a pairing right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of pairings, I did a bunch of pairings on my stream last night.
You obviously didn't drink this one.
No, because I got that one. I built a 6-pack because there were beers that I was going to use last night that I didn't want to buy a full.
Did you turn them green?
No.
Oh.
Because couldn't find our food coloring.
Oh, no.
I had no idea where it was. But that being said, I was able to fill up the entire hour with, 3 pairings.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 3 beers in an hour.
That's awesome.
I felt real bad this morning.
That is a lot of beer.
It took me a long time to get up.
I'm sure they weren't light beers either, were they?
No, it was, lighter. I mean, It wasn't like stouts.
Yeah.
It was Guinness.
Yeah.
Harp.
Oh.
And Smittix.
What is Smittix?
It's an Irish red ale.
Okay.
It's spelled Smithwicks.
Smithwicks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's pronounced Smittix.
Gotcha.
Because it's Irish and their language makes no sense.
That's a pirate. Never mind. I'm sure there were Irish pirates, right? I'm sure there had to be. Set and sell. Where's Pete at? Take over, Pete.
Your attempt to do an Irish accent came out.
I went to a pirate. Straight to pirate. I didn't even fumble into it. Straight to pirate. Straight to a pirate. Oh boy.
That's so funny.
Oh man. Anyway.
Hey, it's Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Arr.
Arr. Me Lucky Charms.
Oh, that got me real good. Oh,
that was 100% genuine too. Oh boy.
I'm Irish. Where's me booty?
Where's me Lucky Charms? Arr. Jack Sparrow.
I'm sure there were Irish pirates, but
Had
that's
to
not
be.
the first thing I think of.
I know. In my world, if you don't wear a pirate shirt on St. Patrick's Day, you get punched.
You get a swift kick in the groin.
You get, what's the thing where they make you walk the plank? You have to walk the plank. Yeah.
Oh, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. What was the pairing? Because I didn't get the.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get
So
the best one, I guess you'd say.
My favorite one was the Harp and Antique 107.
Ooh. So did you pour them together or did you like sip them separate?
No, yeah, I had them separate. Because I mean, if you just are dumping whiskey into a beer, that's a Boilermaker, which will get you.
Thing.
It will get you royally messed up if you are not careful. I don't know what it is about that really does you in, but
you're drinking 2 alcohols at once.
True.
It's always when you mix. What's
true.
the old saying?
Beer before liquor, never been sicker. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
There you go.
Unless you just know how to drink, in which case,
what if
that rhyme has no meaning because you know your limits and you know what works best for you.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine having liquor before or beer before liquor.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me, you know?
Old fashioned before smashing.
That's called passion.
That's really good, actually.
Smashing before old fashioned.
It's called
That's when you're getting a bashing.
No, you're getting passion.
Never mind.
And
Anyway.
a baby. Pregnancy, you know.
I know what a baby.
Making
I know how
babies.
babies are made.
I'm sure there's plenty made with old fashions involved.
Hey, that is the. I don't want to talk about this.
Favorite cocktails
All right,
with old
all
fashions.
right, all right. Anyway,
move it on. We got to get past this.
I did Jack Bonded with the Guinness.
Okay.
Which was really, really good.
That sounds really good.
I might send you home with a Guinness just so you can try it when you get home.
Do they have sample sizes of it? Because I would drink like an ounce of it.
Let the kids finish it.
Okay. Uncle Perry said, have fun.
Happy St. Patty's Day for Uncle Perry. Drunk Uncle.
Drunk Uncle Perry.
And then for the Smittix, I did the Parker's Double Barrel.
I was wondering why that was over here. You went all out on that.
I did, man. And it was so good.
Well, no wonder. You had the best bourbon of the year.
Maybe the best bourbon I've ever had.
I mean, one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I had an idea for a topic. Drinking traditions.
Drinking traditions. Okay.
But I don't know. We can pursue it if you want.
We can bourbon pursue it. I don't care. I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, we could just move on to the review.
We could.
But I feel like we've not actually done enough content this week to...
Patreon's got a lot of content.
Patreon's got plenty. But the main feed, we're at like 20 minutes right now.
Yeah. Well, tell me some drinking traditions.
Well... What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're testing your editing skills. Oh, I can edit on no sleep at all. Well, let's put it to the test, baby.
Hey, it's true.
I know, but I'm saying like,
yeah. Anyway. What really got me thinking about this was the fact that today is St. Patrick's Day.
It is. We're recording on St.
And
Patrick's
traditionally,
Day.
it's a holiday.
A drinking holiday?
It's a drinking holiday.
Yeah. Green beers, green everything.
Yeah.
I saw Skyline Chili made green noodles.
That's
today.
stupid.
Stop it. Get some help. If you're going to Skyline Chili for lunch, period, you need to stop it and get some help.
My favorite.
And talk about.
I had to go to Hamburg yesterday to go to Liquor Barn. Not Hamburg, Germany, which is Hamburg. Huh?
That's what they name Hamburg after that though?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's how the hamburger was named?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we got this new sandwich and we want to name it after the motherland, Hamburg."
Okay.
But somebody wasn't sure about it and they go, "Hamburg?"
I thought
They're like, "That's it. That's the name of the sandwich."
I thought the
hamburger.
I thought the Hamburglar came first, and they were like, "Why is he stealing all these sandwiches?" And they were like, "Well, they're a specific sandwich," and so then they decided to call it the hamburger.
The Hamburglar came before. What came first, the Hamburger or the Hamburglar?
The Hamburglar. Because he only stole a specific sandwich, and they didn't have a name for that specific sandwich. And then it got so popular that they called that sandwich the hamburger.
You're right. That is true.
So, where does Grimace come from?
Nightmares.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought, too. I used to think he was a purple chicken nugget. And I thought Grimace was a purple chicken
Isn't he
nugget.
supposed to be?
Is he?
I thought that was the lore.
I thought that was just my stupid kid brain. Like,
No, I think that is actually the lore, that he's a purple chicken nugget.
that makes sense. He looks like the one-shaped one.
Yeah.
Not the one with like he looks like the boot-shaped one.
You know what he is? He's a purple version of the Western Kentucky University mascot, the Hilltopper.
Yeah. He's from Kentucky.
Dumbest mascot of all time, by the way. I'm not even apologizing
Grimace
for it.
is a chicken nugget from Kentucky.
He's a Hilltopper. That's why he's purple too, because his parents were cousins.
Yeah, he was like the blue people from Alice Lloyd, where I grew up. It all makes sense.
What is this episode?
It's McDonald's history.
This is unlistenable radio.
It's not. It's actually very educational. That's your cold open right there. Unless we're anyway, it's actually educational.
Oh, all right.
Where are we at?
So St. Patrick's Day, it's a drinking holiday.
You wear green.
You wear
You
green.
drink green beer.
Cinco de Mayo is another one. Christmas, if you're my uncle.
Hey, you're drinking freaking eggnog out of your moose cup. But seriously, like, I think bourbon / whiskey people, they take every possible like date in history to make it a drinking day.
I'm sorry.
It's bondage day.
I'm sorry. I realize at times that I laugh at my own jokes too much, but the reason is I say things that I know would make me laugh that I find funny.
Yeah.
So if I'm laughing and I sound like an idiot over something that is not funny, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
It
something
doesn't matter.
like Christmas, if you're my uncle, is really funny to
Christmas,
me.
yeah. I mean, I didn't laugh because that's just how my life was.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
the problem.
I thought that I didn't think it was a joke because that's just how my life is.
I've got a grand total of one uncle.
Yeah. So I do too.
And three
He almost beat my ass one time because I hit him with a snowball in the face. I thought we were playing around.
Is this the uncle that you considered a dad?
Yeah. And so but he's
anyway, so
no, like he's the best thing ever. But
we associate holidays with drinking because we want to drink.
Yeah. Prohibition. The end of Prohibition.
The beginning of Prohibition.
Bottled and Bond Day.
E.H. Taylor's birthday.
Yeah, everything.
Buffalo Trace Blanton's February, if your name is Chad.
If you think about it. But which don't like I've got I could do a whole episode on that little series.
I would love that. That could be your high proof hot take this week.
Okay, I will. But yeah, like it's fun, like every like day of like a whiskey like history, like it's like, all right, we're gonna do this today. You looking at your bracket?
Yeah. Do you want to see who's in the? It's from its bourbon night, dude.
Oh. I was like, who did you have? Did you have? Never mind. It's March Madness as well. Another reason to drink. But yeah, like I think bourbon nerds make up so many days to drink.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it either.
Well, it made me think too, like, about how we have those special bottles.
Yeah.
That we save as well. You know, our Parker's Heritage double barrel.
Oh, like on Thanksgiving we save some turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I think what kind of like sparked the idea for this was questioning the healthiness of it.
Oh, it's like,
you know what
it's
I mean?
St. Patrick's Day, so let's just go full blown all day.
Yeah, because
to the blackout list.
The blackout list, yeah. Exactly. Because I am an advocate, and I think, you know, in general we should be advocates for not binge drinking.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, you know, drinking every day is the healthiest thing, but there is a kind of balance. And how often, too, do you see stories of people who are like 103 and they're like, yeah, I had my shot of Jameson every morning and that's why I still am alive. You know what I mean?
See it all the time on Instagram.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'm not saying it's completely unhealthy. I don't think that there's really any definitive science behind it one way or another. But the point is, like, I think when we put too much weight on specific events to allow ourselves the excuse to indulge,
right,
that kind of becomes unhealthy.
Well, I think it's when you stop just like, I can't wait to have this beer or something because I just enjoy it. I'm going to sit with it. And it's when you go,
but that's
getting
different.
Smashed today.
Yeah.
I'm just going, I'm drinking every green beer that I can.
Intentional drunkenness.
Yes. I'm just going out to just go off tonight. Like,
and I would say, you know, I drink pretty much every day.
Yeah.
I have a drink just about every day.
I'm the same.
And the difference though is that for me, I'm not like drinking every day to get drunk. Right?
Yeah.
I'm drinking every day intentionally. Like I drink with intent because it's more of like, I don't mean to sound dumb, but like it's more of like a tasting thing.
Well, yeah.
Like enjoying and respecting what it is that I'm drinking as opposed to going to a gas station or whatever you have and getting, 12 pack of Fireball shots.
And surviving on
and
that.
Drinking all of those in a night.
Yeah, it's I think my thing a lot of times is it's like curiosity and stuff too, because it's like I've worked all day. Now that I'm on day shift, it's like maybe I thought of something. I was like, or saw a video or something, and I was like, man, like I haven't had that in a while, and I just want to have like 1 ounce of it and just remember that, and then go to bed.
Yeah,
it's not like I want to have so much to get a buzz and then just pass out.
Yeah.
Like it's just to enjoy
now,
that.
bourbon does help me sleep though.
It does. But
it definitely does help me sleep. But that's, again, I'm not drinking as like a means to an end.
I think that also comes into play when people who, I mean, we've all seen it. We've seen comments. We've heard people talk that's like, oh, you drink bourbon and you do all these stupid tasting things. It's just an excuse to get drunk and stuff. It's like, no, like we really don't. Like we actually like to try a lot of different things and dissect those things. And we don't want to get drunk because we want to have a chance to remember this stuff and have fun with it. But I think
the biggest part of it.
Some people look at people like us and that's what they think.
Yeah. And I get that. I totally understand that is people's mindset.
Yeah.
That is kind of their takeaway, because traditionally, or at least in the past century, the notion of drinking has been considered a sin.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if we talk about it culturally, if we talk about it in the way that, because I think we can all kind of agree that we do live in a pretty Anglo-Christian society.
Yeah,
right?
And it's even me growing up, like before I knew how things worked, it was like if you saw somebody with a beer or something, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They're doing something bad.
God forbid you see somebody drinking on a Monday.
Yeah. Like
it's like, well, I mean, if you can't drink on a Monday and function the rest of the week, that's completely fine. Do your thing. Live your truth, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, it's all about your personal journey. It's about how you relate to what it is that you are actually consuming. And if you are taking it too far, then that is an issue. And I this goes back to what I was saying too about, is it unhealthy for us to set aside certain days out of the year, certain weeks or whatever, to be like, I'm getting back on the wagon and I'm drinking. I'm just drinking. Like, I mean, inherently that sounds unhealthy.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Well, yeah, it can lead to other things. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think what I'm kind of advocating more for more than anything is balance. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that as we slowly readjust to, and we've been slowly adjusting to it over the past couple of years, what we kind of consider to be the new normal or normal life kind of post-pandemic, it is important to reevaluate your relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've talked about it a bunch because it's part of me losing weight, trying to lose weight 200 before 30. Getting to 200. I'm not trying to lose 200 pounds by August. I'd be a stick.
Yeah. That's unhealthy.
Yeah, exactly. But no, you just have to, I think you just have to be very conscious of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, like, I don't have any problem with St. Patrick's Day. I don't have any problem with Cinco de Mayo. It being a fun reason to celebrate culture and heritage and to drink and everything. But don't make that like, it shouldn't be maybe the only reason or the only time.
Yeah.
Because binge drinking is really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly dangerous to your body and your mind.
Yeah.
And
the stuff that may happen while you are drinking.
Exactly. Exactly.
And don't use it as an excuse to pinch people either, because that could lead to something really bad too.
Like me getting punched.
Yeah. And somebody may not just punch you. They may do something even worse.
Oh, so I'm not drinking a beer right now. I'm drinking Kroger seltzer water.
That's actually probably way better than that beer we had earlier.
It is. Yeah. Significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's actually enjoyable.
Yeah, I was drinking Coke Zero. So. This is way better than the beer.
And Liquid Death.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the both of them.
This is the best glass cleaner when you're like going in between. Like, yeah, that's so good. That's what I always use.
I had a sparkling Liquid Death yesterday.
Yeah, you're the sparkling guy. I like
sparkling water, man.
The regular.
You like still?
Yeah, the old, just normal.
Normal boy.
Boy.
That's what we call him
just
around
the
here.
Old normal mutant.
Normal weeb.
Yes.
Before you leave, we need to change the calendar over as well.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we forgot.
Okay.
And we're already halfway through the month. Yeah. We just were really enjoying Parker.
Yeah, he kind of grew on me a little bit.
Anyway, we're going to review Maker's 46 today.
Yeah, I saw this.
The new bottling.
And I text Perry. We haven't got to that part yet. Okay. But also, I was like, in my mind, I was like, we've been on a big, like, finishing stuff. And is this like a French oak thing.
It is finished with French oak staves, yes.
Well, I mean, there's random bottles and oak chips laying around everywhere around here. The studio is just a finishing place
We've
now.
lost our minds. Yeah, we've gone crazy with it.
But yeah, here we go.
Oof.
Why did they do that?
I hate
We
it.
can talk about it now.
So, yeah. So the bottle redesign came about because of a couple reasons. The first one was that it eases up on production cost for them.
Yeah.
So they're mass marketing, their own.
I almost tried to pull it.
I was waiting for it. I was watching you on the monitor.
I was like,
seeing
no.
it.
Yeah, this is cool. Twist. No, sorry.
But so yeah, it cuts down
Fuck.
on the. Thank you. It's my cuss button.
Fuck. Oh, I got it now.
But yeah, they're not having to spend as much money on this kind of higher end bottle. It probably was not making them a lot of money too by bottling Maker's 46, which is a pretty short finishing. Well, excuse me. The finishing process doesn't really take that long, but it's long enough to where, it is stock that they have put aside. So I think the investment side of things probably had something to do with it. The other thing too is that we were in a glass shortage when this new design came about. Maybe I should back up a little bit. This is the same like standard bottle design for regular Maker's Mark.
No. And
Right.
Maker's Cast Strength.
And Maker's Cast Strength,
Mhm.
right. Also, I instinctively, like, when I pick up a bottle of Maker's,
always
just
do
play
that.
with the wax.
Yeah.
He does. Anyway, peek it over. But so yeah, they were in the middle of a glass shortage, so it was more expensive for them to source glass making and create that the taller, rounder bottle that 46 was traditionally known for. That their
Is that what the
private selects
I
are
was gonna
in.
say, yeah.
Their barrel finishing series, or the whatever the crap it's called,
Right.
the limited releases. This year's, I think, might have the worst name,
The BIP or what?
BEP.
BEP.
BEP, which stands for barrel entry proof. I get it. I
Sounds
understand.
Like a droid name.
But it's just BEP.
BEP 46.
BEP, 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 BEP. But yeah, it's 110 proof barrel, which is their barrel entry proof, which I'm not mad about. I'm excited to see what that's like. But I just,
BEP.
call it something else.
Yeah.
Call it BP.
BP.
Barrel proof. Never mind. Anyway, so I don't like the new label. I think it's ugly.
Skip to the end. I don't like the new label.
I don't like it.
It doesn't look like it's special to me.
No.
Because that old bottle did look like it was one of the special of their line. Like
Yeah.
It looked like something special.
But somehow we have never reviewed Maker's 46. We reviewed regular Maker's Mark. Of course, we've done their limited releases.
Cast Strength 46.
Cast Strength 46.
Never
we did
just
a long
The
time ago.
basic 46.
And if you want to know why it's called 46, when they were trying to figure out a new expression for...
It tells you there on the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying it tells them on the bottle.
Yeah.
What?
You're a jerk.
Just playing. I'm just trolling. Tell them about it.
But anyway, so when they were trying to figure out a new product for Maker's Mark, they went through a bunch of different recipes, a bunch of different options. And the 46th recipe, the 46th stave profile, which was the French oak, is what Bill Samuels Jr. landed on. And it's at 94 proof, which is 4 proof points higher than regular Maker's Mark.
There we go.
Which I really like. But I really do love this bourbon. I mean, genuinely, this is one of those that just has a soft spot
I do too.
in my
I
heart.
really do.
But how often are you like, buying a bottle.
I buy one. I honestly maybe once a year because I use this for my eggnog.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I make the gingerbread eggnog and I use Maker's 46. I mean, it smells so nice.
I just love French oak, man. I love French oak finishing. I had some more of the turkey last night. And here's the thing that we overdid it with the turkey.
Oh, well. It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah.
We got to get it right for in about 2 months here.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's just so like
it's so balanced.
Yeah. There's nothing like overpowering.
Yeah.
It's comforting, and it just smells like it's almost like if you have that memory of like your grandma cooking something savory, this brings me back to grandma cooking or baking. She's baking like some kind of just treat or dessert that you just love. It just smells so sweet. Oh. It tastes like cherry pancakes, like pancakes with cherry syrup, with like a little bit of whipped cream on it or something. It makes me feel like a little kid, honestly.
Back when you were drinking Maker's Mark.
Back when I used to drink Maker's Mark as a little kid, it makes me feel that way.
With your
and I'd be pouring
chocolate chip strawberry
pancakes.
Back
when the grown-ups had some Maker's Mark sitting on the table and I accidentally knocked it over and it spilt all over my pancakes, and I first started the Whiskey Mutant thing, the pour over.
And it accidentally, actually, that's a really good origin story for the Whiskey
Mutant.
Mutant.
And it turned it like my mutation.
Yeah. We got to make a comic book now.
Yeah. Well, that's what it reminds me of.
It'll be a Patreon exclusive. We do a limited run of like 50 comic books.
That would be fun.
The origins of the Whiskey Mutant.
Man, this is good.
Gather round, children. I will read to you the story of the
story
Whiskey
of
Mutant.
how I became the Whiskey Mutant. It all started back in the hills of eastern Kentucky. And somebody left a bottle of Maker's Mark on the table. And
The
I was
young lad
12 years
spilled
old.
it. He elbowed it. Or so they say.
They say. And that was the making of the pour over.
The end.
That's it.
It's a
And
4-page.
later on in his life, he started drinking bourbon and became the Whiskey Mutant.
It's a 4-page comic book.
I'd like to see you draw all that.
Oh, I am not a good illustrator.
Well, that's what's fun about it.
All right. Well, screw me, I guess.
What? That's what's fun. You struggling to draw 4 pages, and
That's
I'm
true.
just watching.
It's true.
Oh, man. That's good.
This makes me want to go to Laredo.
Oh, I haven't been to Maker's Mark in so long.
You want to go soon?
I mean, yeah.
My barrel's ready.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You get to bring it home?
Not the barrel.
Oh.
I mean, I think you can actually
You get like a bottle
buy
of
the
it or
barrel?
something like that?
You can buy as many bottles of it as you want.
Anybody else can buy a bottle of it, or is that just yours? It just stays there for you?
Well, I mean, so like
I don't know how the process works.
Okay, so I don't know if it's still like this, but when you signed up for
And this was the ambassador thing?
Yeah. The app is no longer available in the App Store.
Well, they took your barrel. We may be drinking yours right now. They took yours and finished it with French oak.
I loved that app. It was so cool. Anyway, so you would get your name on like a plaque.
Yeah.
And it was also there were also people on it who signed up for the ambassador program around the same time that you did.
Okay.
So again, I don't know if this is the same thing. I don't know if they still do it this way. But there's probably 200 bottles that come from it. I don't think you can buy all 200. I don't know if you want to.
They give you like a sample of it or anything?
Not for free.
Oh.
The program's free.
You didn't pay to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But so my barrel wound up being ready at like almost the exact same time that Dad's is ready. So we're going to go down soon.
Nice.
I figured You can come too.
Well, let me know. Let me know.
We'll just we'll take my mom's minivan.
That'd be awesome.
Rolling up to Maker's Mark. Or we could just take the bus.
And drink Makers the whole time there. On the way.
Dude, I would destroy some. Oh, they would kick us out.
Yeah, probably.
I've never talked about this either. At least on the podcast. I have a friend who used to drink. They're sober now. But they went on a tour at Maker's Mark. You know, when you go, if you want to, you can buy a bottle and hand dip it yourself. So they had bought just like a 375 of Makers to enjoy while they were on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to the bottling line and they were like, do you think we could re-dip this?
Double dipped.
And they're like, I guess I don't see why not. And so they got a double dipped.
After they'd already drank it?
After it had already been opened.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right?
I like that. I would like to see them like tell me the instructions, and then I did like a bottom dip. I stuck it down at the bottom. They're just like, no.
You got it turned upside down and you just flip it and you're boink.
They're like, no. I'm like, what?
It's Whiskey Mutant.
It's Whiskey Mutant. Oh, okay. That's okay then.
Yeah, we got you on our wall.
Yeah. Pete
no further explanation needed.
Pete said I could do this.
Yeah.
I didn't, Eric. You better not do that. Follow the rules. Paid is paid.
Pete, you don't follow the rules.
I do with Bakers. I'll get in big trouble if I don't follow the rules later.
Pete, put the caulk gun down.
It's red, though. It's just like wax.
He's just fixing something.
Something else is going to be red if you don't shut up, Pete.
No, it's scared there.
That's right, you little piss baby.
Oh, no. Now I'm getting uncomfortable.
Nah, I'm not in that kind of mood today.
This is good.
What's this run? 35 a bottle?
I paid. It was 36 out the door at Ernie's. So whatever plus tax equals around $36. So 33, 34.
Yeah.
35.
We'll just say 35.
Okay.
Kind of round.
Yeah.
Round it out. I mean, this is, 7 to 8 years old. Usually closer to 7 because that's typically where Makers hits its sweet spot. But as much as I love cast strength bourbon, for 94 proof,
That's good.
it's got so much flavor.
And it has a finish too.
Oh, it absolutely does. It has a really good finish.
It's a finish you wouldn't expect from a 94 proof.
Yeah. I know we haven't given a lot of tasting notes, but I think we'll do that once we get into our actual review, which is nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Eric, what do you give the nose on Makers 46?
3.5.
3.5 as well for me. So good, dude. It's so inviting. And it's subtle. And I think that's why I like, I know I'm saying a lot of positives about it, but yeah, I want it to be a little bit more like in my face.
Yeah.
So again, 94 proof, but it's just really solid. Above average.
It's way above average. And this makes you make me, whoever. It makes you realize how good a wheated bourbon is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like some people I know, they're like this and that, whatever. But
I still think that Maker's Cast Strength is the best readily available wheated bourbon on the market.
Do we have any special reserve sitting around?
Probably.
I don't know. Part of me wants to put it up against since it's the lower.
There's that handle over there. Okay. Sorry.
Push from the floor, baby.
I don't mean to make you work. We might be doing a pours from the floor in the main episode, depending on how much we get out of this. This is my last bottle of Weller Special Reserve I have. Oh my gosh, it's so dusty.
There might be a little dust on the bottle.
That don't change the lyrics to the song. Stupid song.
It is. It makes no sense.
Oh, that was the Irish whiskey.
It does not fool me when there's dust on the bottle because that means it's going to be good. I'm sorry I put this brought this out and did all this, but I was like,
That's okay.
I need something else weeded to put this against.
I was kind of thinking about putting it up against the Turkey 101 French oak finish.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in like terms of, just a case study on how much finishing is too much finishing.
Yeah.
It's a good indication. But I also don't think that I just need to have that in my glass to understand that distinction, especially since I just had some.
Okay, so right off the bat, it does two things to me. It makes me realize how good Makers is with a wheated bourbon because I can go out and get this and be happy.
Yeah.
But it also makes me appreciate 90 proof wheated bourbon in general because I smell the Weller Special Reserve and I go, this is a great wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
But
do you like Larceny Small Batch?
no, I think it's one of the worst.
I don't understand this.
It does not taste good. It doesn't smell good. I've never had a Larceny Small Batch that I was happy with.
That's crazy to me. I like it.
I mean, you put it like this is just me going by what I've had in the past, thinking of it, but I couldn't even put these in the same tasting if I was like, I want to give somebody a great tasting with some low proof available wheated bourbons. I would not put Larceny in there. I don't know. There's something about it that's off-putting to me.
I like it. I've always liked it, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've had just regular Larceny Small Batch. So, yeah.
These both smell so good.
I like the 46 nose better, though.
I do too. I do too.
Man, this bottle is so cumbersome.
But it's like, man, like this is wheated bourbon. Like, man, this is just like what I love. It's just both of them.
This is my Wheated Bourbon podcast.
Both of them give me that red. Like I always talk about Weller and wheated bourbon. I see red. It's strawberries. It's jam. It's like a strawberry shortcake or something. But this makes me appreciate the 46 even more because it does. The nose stands out. I haven't had the palate yet against it, but like the nose stands out. Like just get some Makers 46 if you can't get Weller.
Yeah. Weller's so good.
It is.
It's so good, dude. Oh, I hate that it's as good as it is. It's not worth hundreds of dollars.
No.
But it's so solid.
But like we've said over and over and over again, this should be
readily available
right
at
on the shelf.
$25.
Yep. It should. It's great.
It's got a lot of air left in it.
Well,
we'll figure out what to do with it soon. Anyway, palate for me, 4.
I was going to say, I was saying 4 to 4.5. Like after putting it against the Weller, I probably 4.5.
Okay. Wow.
There's just something about it, man. Like when I had to taste it against something. Finishing. There's just an extra like French vanilla note and just this like roundness to it that is like, this is better than a normal wheated bourbon. And that's what I needed to taste. I needed to taste a normal wheated product against something that's been finished or whatever. And yeah, it's a step above.
I've
It's
got
4.5.
regular makers behind the bar. We could have gone for that.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Now on the finish, though, I will say I like it.
I like the finish.
I'm going to give it a 3.
It's not long.
It's not, but it is present.
It's there.
Yeah.
For 94 proof, it's there.
Yeah, and I think that's, what is doing a lot of the legwork for it.
I give it a 3.
Yeah.
I think I would like to have it be a little longer, a little more in your throat, I guess you would say, since that's a finish. But it's solid. It adds to it. It doesn't just disappear like other low proof bourbons that we drink. So yeah, I give it a 3.
And price at $35. I mean, I can't be mad about it.
Mm-mm.
That's a 4 for me.
I was going to say a 4 as well. Like, yeah, you put this down a little bit cheaper, it's a 5, but like 4, I think 4 is a solid number for this.
It's readily available. You can get it just about anywhere that you buy liquor. I just think it's...
And I know for a fact this thing holds up in a cocktail because I've had it.
Oh, for sure.
I've had it in old fashions. I make
it does.
Freaking eggnog out of it. Like, it's legit.
I mean, it's so versatile. There's so many different uses for it.
What if they put it in a bottle this size?
Don't they have 46 handles?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, they don't. I'm thinking of
those big old regular makers.
The regular Maker's Mark handles. Which is just an enlarged version of the regular Maker's bottle.
Yeah.
But
imagine, though, big old 46 of
that'd
this.
be great. So my final score was a 14.5 out of 20.
15.
This is a buy.
All day, baby.
Twice on Sundays. If
Keep
you're
this
in a county
in
that
your shelf,
sells
on your
liquor on
bar,
Sundays.
whatever. Like, yes.
How do we still have dry counties in Kentucky? Oh, wait. I know why.
Prohibition.
Nope.
Oh.
It's not that. It's because we have backwards people making our laws.
That's true.
Anyway, hot takes.
Hot takes. Backwards people making our laws. Oh.
Here's the thing. This is my hot take. I'm not going to get into specifics, but it's not exactly been a great week for Kentucky, especially for diversity in Kentucky. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Love your neighbor.
That's true.
I mean, just... It's been disheartening seeing what has happened in Kentucky this week in terms of, just kind of taking 2 steps back. But I will say that there might be something going on my street. I don't know.
It's close by.
That ambulance is very loud.
And somebody just left.
Yeah. But it's not the end all be all, I will say. Like it the fight's not over.
Yeah.
We can still find unity within diversity. So,
I mean, what's our state motto? That's what pisses me off. Together we stand, divided we fall.
yeah.
And like everything I feel like happens, it's just dividing everybody. It's like we don't even like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think I saw somebody say this yesterday, but the laws that are made in Kentucky for a long time have not represented the people of Kentucky.
yeah. Yeah, and I think we get a bad rap because of that.
No, we do, but
So
I mean,
people who represent us are just the
consistently
worst.
though, like if you look at the highest concentration of people within the Commonwealth, it definitely doesn't reflect the way that we vote, the way that our lawmakers act in session. But I'm doing my best to not get overly political about this, but I do think it is important to treat others with respect,
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what journey everybody else is on. And love your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm not even going to attempt to think of another hot take because I'm with you all the way. And I have been talking to my kids about everything that's going on. And
how are they handling it?
they're fine. I think I think they know how me and April feel about things, and they've kind of learned that as they've grown up, and they don't really see a lot of like they don't think of it as making fun of somebody for how they are, or that how somebody thinks or believes is bad. Like they kind of accept it. They have a lot of friends.
And you know, the most important thing for me raising my daughter, and Lucy and I are in agreement with this. We've even come to the agreement too, that we don't want to raise her necessarily with the same religious or spiritual beliefs that we have.
I raised my kids completely almost opposite of what I was raised.
But it's not even that. It's like I'm not actively trying to or going about raising Eden in a way that reflects one mindset or another.
Yeah.
You know, I want her, it is so much more important to me for her to find her own path.
I mean, and that's what we've done too. It's like I've went to church maybe a handful of times in the last little bit, but a lot of times it was because the kids wanted to know. Their friends were going, okay, we'll go. I will sit there and listen. You can go to Sunday school or whatever and see, figure it out for yourself. Yeah. If that's what you like, then that's fine. I'm going to support you.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I don't agree with it, I'll listen to it. I don't have to openly just like walk out and like bash it if I don't think, but I'm going to support you if that's what you want to do. So,
and I think too that, you know, I'm not saying that there is no value in the church.
No,
that's far from it. But I have been going through, and I am still kind of going through a deconstruction or reconstruction of my faith.
Yeah.
And so, you know, a lot of it has been just kind of questioning things, trying to search for truth.
Yeah.
And I'm at a point now, I had to have a big conversation about this that made me feel more comfortable with speaking about this kind of publicly. But, you know, I don't know if the truth that I was raised on is the capital T truth anymore.
Yeah, I feel that way.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not this. Yeah, I mean, we don't think the same way that our parents at the time were thinking.
And the thing, and I also am not like opposed to that being the capital T truth. If it is, great. That's completely fine. I have no problem with that. But trying to puss.
Damn. Now we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, baby.
Trying to put myself in a place that is definitively like, this is it.
This is it.
This is the only thing I can't do anymore. And B, I don't have that energy anymore to disagree with people in that way.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest thing that hit me recently was, well, if you are a God-fearing Christian and you fear hell, right? You fear Christian hell.
Yeah.
What does that mean for Muslim hell or Jewish hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, do you also fear those enough to commit to those religions? Or are you just resigning yourself to the narrow point of view that you have established for yourself? So when I talk about these things kind of ambiguously, it's out of a sense of like I'm still going through the journey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out these things myself.
Yeah.
I'm open to whatever.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I think that's
like,
that's the big difference. Is
Yeah.
I feel like there's options. You believe what you want to believe, but I was raised thinking there was only one thing and
Yeah.
everything else around. And that's when I probably around high school, when I started like really, I kind of got in trouble because I was in like a Christian school. It was like, like the private schools around
Yeah.
here. I was in something like that. And I kind of brought up like, well, if those kids only knew that one thing, why are they in trouble? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was taught that this is the only religion and this is the only right religion, and anybody who doesn't think this is going to hell, what about these kids that are brought up and they don't know anything else?
Yeah.
Like they're thinking the same thing as me. Oh, those kids were only brought up like, and that's when I really started to like put it together in my head. And I think at that point you were either like that or you didn't want to think about anything else and you just continued your life thinking that there's only one thing you could do.
And I've spoken a lot about this as well, whether publicly or privately, but I do recognize and accept the fact that being able to question my faith and my religious beliefs is a very privileged position to be in.
Yeah, some people get killed if they do.
Right.
Yeah.
And some people, that's all they know.
Yeah. That's
all the strength and energy that they have to hold on to.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I have such a an admiration for people too who do wholeheartedly accept that out of love and out of a sense of belonging, not in a way to use it to oppress other people.
Yeah.
But I'm not in that position.
Yeah.
I'm able to sit down and really consider, well, how has this influenced me as an adult?
Yeah.
How did I spend my teenage years growing and, learning? And again, there is a lot of stuff that I still hold on to. It's the principles of things that I still hold on to, but in terms of relating to people, being empathetic, loving other people, but just as religious practice, I struggle with that anymore.
Yeah.
And I hope to continue growing. I don't want the journey at 29 to be the end of the journey. And I've grown a lot over the past 5 years as well. I've changed a lot over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
This is my religious podcast.
Sorry.
I feel like a lot of people that listen to this, though, from meeting them and talking to them, even through online stuff, a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. I genuinely think that. So.
Well, I think more than anything, we are a part of a very accepting community. And I too, I don't have any problem if you are more spiritual or religious than I am.
No,
I got no problem
with
with
it.
Wrong with it. I went through it for a long time. I understand the comfort. I understand the sense of purpose that it brings as well. But I'm just not on that journey anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. I guess.
There you go.
High proof hot take. that was the longest high proof hot take we've ever had.
Yeah.
So anyway, tips and bits.
Tips and bits. Not the Discord tips and bits.
Oh no.
So last week I said I was going to talk about Creed 3. Amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing movie.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan directed the hell out of this thing.
He's a weeb.
He's a weeb.
He's got a Naruto poster in his room. Is that right?
When it does a flashback of showing when he was a kid, like, spoiler alert, a little bit. I'm not going to spoil everything, but the guy that he ends up fighting was his friend.
Yeah.
And it shows him
kind of like a foster brother. Is that right?
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah. They got in trouble to get all this stuff, but he's sneaking out of his house, and there's a whole there's Naruto posters on the wall and everything like that. There's scenes in the fight scenes where it's just like Dragon Ball Z, where like they punch and it's slow motions and the sweat comes off of their back and stuff like that.
I've seen the screen caps of it where like they even do the Goku Majin Vegeta punch where they both
punch each other,
hit each other in the cheek, and they're frozen like that.
Yeah.
That looks so cool, dude.
There's one scene where they do a whole like anime. It's in every anime that the friends fight each other, where they're in their own little like mind and like there's nobody. So it goes from like they're in this huge. They're at the Dodger Stadium. They turn the Dodger Stadium into like the arena that they're fighting in, and all of a sudden there's nobody in the stands. It's like a void.
Oh, yes.
And it's just them two.
Yes, I love it.
Them two in a void fighting for a little bit. It's so good.
I dig that, man.
It has throwbacks to the Rocky stuff. It has obviously like it plays on. It does the anime thing where the bad guys of the past two films are now like the training partners and stuff.
Yeah.
He trains with the guy that was his adversary in Creed 2. It opens up with him and the guy that he was fighting in Creed 1, like they're having like the last match together. It's like 8 years afterwards, and they're like, oh, we're going to yeah. It's so good.
Set in the future.
It's so good, dude. It's so
really
good.
cool.
Yeah, it starts out 8 years after the first one, and then it's like he's been retired and he's got to come out of retirement.
Interesting.
And the guy he fights was his friend. Like there's this whole story. I'm not going to spoil everything for you. It's just amazing. The Creed films are all amazing. 1 and 2, I cry in both of them. Freaking Rocky gets cancer in the first one, and you know, he's Apollo's son, and he helps Rocky fight through like.
Okay. What is his first name? What is Creed's first name?
Apollo Creed?
No. Creed. Michael B. Jordan's Creed.
Oh, let's see. It's on the same line as Apollo. It's
Is it another like Greek god?
Yes.
Is Apollo Greek god or Roman god?
Let's see. It starts with an A, and I would have been able to say this off the bat at any other point until you asked.
Until I asked, yeah. I hate when that happens. I'm sorry.
And now there.
You got 5G and it's not working?
Yeah.
Might
Adonis.
Adonis.
Yes, his name is Adonis Creed.
Way to set your kid up for failure if they're ugly.
Yeah. Well, he's not ugly.
No, I know he's not, but I'm just saying, like, if you better have some pretty daggum good genes and a really great track record of beautiful people.
Have you
Have
watched
you
watched Creed?
I have not. No.
You got to, dude.
No, I know. I'm just not a big Rocky fan.
You trust me, you don't have to be a big Rocky fan to love this.
Okay, sure.
And the whole story was Apollo. It has Apollo's original wife,
Adonis
Creed, but she adopts him, and he was the child of Apollo having an affair with her. But she kind of found out that he was in trouble. He was like in juvie and stuff, and she adopted him. So she became his mother, and he grew up, and she's in the new one and all this stuff. But out of everything, she adopted him.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's such a good story. Like 1 and 2, there's parts with Rocky, there's throwbacks with Rocky. I tear up like a freaking baby. I do. And I'm just, I stop and I go, what am I doing right now? So yeah, I rewatched some Rockies and Creed 1 and 2, and I watched Creed 3, and Creed 3 is just amazing, from the music to the directing to his shorts, his boxing gear in the beginning of the movie when he's doing his match before retirement is based on Akira. It's this dark red. It looks like Kanata's jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in there. I watched Scream 6.
How'd you like it?
It was a fun movie.
But just okay?
It's fun. It's some of the most brutal kills of the series.
Really?
There's some parts.
I knew that was going to get a copyright claim. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
No, I was trying to find good Irish music to play during my live stream last night. And I didn't play copyright free or and so I was like, what's it like? It doesn't really it doesn't make that much of a difference. But anyway, sorry.
It's fun. It's fun like a date movie, because April screams and she gets the jump scares, and like it's just like a Clue movie. You're always trying to figure out who the actual killer is and stuff. There are some brutal kills. There are some very corny acting. There are some it's very, very, very like predictable. But it's fun. It's a slasher movie. I'm not going into Scream thinking it's Scream 1 that was like this revolutionary like genre thing. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. Me and Whiskey Morg are trying to think of a Instagram live where we're going to pair that movie and everything. So you can look for that. I'll probably say the same thing.
Nice.
Great movie? No. Fun movie? Yeah.
Good to hear. At your recommendation,
oh boy,
we finally got around to watching the John Mayer episode of Impractical Jokers. So good. The Murr having to be the like crowd management guy was unbelievably funny. It was so good. And the fact that John just keeps playing Your Body as a Wonderland over and over and over again, and then he plays Daughters. And I was like, yeah, of course those are the two songs that they would make him play. He just fits in so well with those guys.
Yeah.
I want him to do something like that more.
It's so fun.
Have you ever seen or heard of, it's on YouTube. It's called John Mayer Has a TV Show.
Mm-mm.
It was on VH1 or MTV. It was only like one episode. But it's basically kind of that, where he's just hidden camera kind of pranking people.
I mean, he does it perfect.
Oh, no, he absolutely kills it. And the fact that he's like actively speaking Japanese too with the Japanese businessman, so good, dude. So good. But John Mayer Has a TV Show. I think it was VH1 that aired it. It was like 2003, 2004. He does all these things just to mess with fans, and there's two parts of it that really stick out. The first one, he dresses up in a bear costume and goes around a parking lot before one of his shows and is basically just kind of like heckling fans for being John Mayer fans.
Oh, Lord.
Really, really good. And then he also has like a little focus group with a bunch of girls. And he's playing Daughters for them. He was like, studies show that there is one part of this song that really makes people emotional. So I want you to close your eyes and listen to me play this song. When you get to the part that you feel the most emotional, right before you're about to cry, I want you to raise your hand and say tear.
I'm thinking of it right now.
Tear. It's so funny. Anyway, I also binged over the past couple of days Batman the Audio Adventures.
Say what now?
Batman.
This is like an audiobook or a podcast?
It's a scripted podcast.
Like that Wolverine
like
one?
The Wolverine show.
Yeah.
Okay. it's so good, dude. It's the first season is better than the second, I will say. Jeffrey Wright plays Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's so funny because like I was listening to it and I started hearing like voices that I recognized. And I was like, surely it's not these people. It is chock full of Saturday Night Live alumni.
Nice.
Like Chris Parnell is the narrator. Seth Meyers plays Jack Ryder, the creeper.
Damn.
Kenan Thompson is Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, what?
He's so good, man. He's got that kind of like Harley Quinn show fed up Commissioner Gordon about him.
Oh yeah.
Like
my life's over.
it just I mean he's not like a degenerate
I'm gonna
drunk
go
or
drink
anything.
it.
It's not that bad. But it does get to the point where you're like, oh, this guy has just seen it all and he is over it for sure. Really, really good. Free on podcast apps and YouTube.
Yeah.
Or HBO Max.
Okay.
You can even
Sounds great.
listen to it there. I think that's it.
You know where people should listen? Patreon.com.
What's that?
That's where you can sign up to support the show.
I don't know this.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to patreon.com
Okay.
/My Bourbon Podcast.
Okay.
And
I'm doing it right now.
okay, for as little as $1 a month, you can just say, hey, I support you guys. I enjoy what you do. Here's $1. I lose $1 probably in my couch every month, but you can support the show. But you know what? You can do it $5 a month. You can subscribe to that.
Really?
And you get bonus stuff.
It says here you can save 10% if you pay annually.
Well, you can do that too.
That's crazy.
Pay for the whole year. So on that 5 and up level, you get bonus stuff. We do pours from the floor where I clean out my basement or I clean out the area that I record at, and we finish a bottle and we talk about it. There's a thing called Sampler Irresistible that we do where we
that sounds fun.
Yeah. We go through all the samples Perry has that he forgot about or he doesn't have time to do. And people send him messages and they're mean and they say, why haven't you done my sample yet, Perry? And we talk about them and we review
Those people
them.
sound mean.
They are mean. I've seen the messages. And then we do a pregame chat every week before the show. And this week we talked about a possible movie
That's
that could be made.
cool.
Yeah. So support the show. Patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast. And you get all the first chances of everything. If we do a barrel pick, that's the first place you'll be able to get one. If we do a live show or something like that, that's the first place to get tickets. And that's the best thing for every. That's the best thing ever.
It is the best thing ever. It sounds like it, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but apparently there's a new patron this week. His name is Mark Hughes.
Oh, I know Mark.
Tell me about Mark.
Mark loves chicken sandwiches.
Does he?
Yeah, I met Mark the other day
Where?
at McDonald's.
Is he trying the new Bacon Ranch McCrispy?
He was trying that like spicy chicken sandwich that they had there.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, hey,
Spicy McChicken.
yeah, how does this compare to the other McChickens? And he said, you know what? Get in my car. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
That's forward.
I said, do I know you? And he's like, no, I just joined the Patreon. I was like, oh, you're like family now. So I
Gotcha.
immediately got in his car. Didn't even notice that there was only one window and it was tinted. But
He had one window in his whole car?
yeah,
It better have been the front one.
no, it wasn't. It was a spaceship. And we went to every restaurant and tried chicken sandwiches. We did Popeyes. We did Chick-fil-A. We did McDonald's. We did Wendy's. We did Zaxby's. We did one of the most expensive sandwiches ever. That's just a chicken strip sandwich from Cane's. We did that one.
Boo.
And we compared every chicken sandwich. It was a whole day. April was pissed because I was only supposed to be going out to get detergent, and somehow I wound up being out all day trying chicken sandwiches
Happens to the best of us.
in a one-window spaceship. Do you know what his favorite chicken sandwich is?
Please don't say Cane's.
No.
Wendy's?
No.
Popeyes?
No.
Burger King?
No.
McChicken.
Yes. The place
You went
we
all over.
started.
You went all over the city trying to find the better chicken sandwich.
He said,
and it was right where you started.
yeah, because
Mark.
it came with the price. It was on that 2 for whatever. We got 2 McChicken sandwiches for like $4. And he said, you know what? I don't like the taste of the McChicken, but it saves me money. And with that saved money, I joined the Patreon.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
You're a saint, dude.
He took the money he saved from getting the cheaper sandwich and put it on the Patreon.
But he already bought all the expensive ones.
It doesn't matter.
It feels like it does.
It doesn't matter. He wanted to show me personally the love he had for the show by buying. He made me buy 3 of those sandwiches,
I can't
so it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right then.
I need some money actually for repay.
You what now?
What?
You need me to give you money.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of chicken.
Tell me, how
sandwiches.
much work do you do for this podcast?
Oh, is that how it is? Okay. Well, maybe I won't show up next time, and we'll see what kind of episode you got.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you need? Like 20?
Yeah, just like $20. I'm just playing stuff. But seriously, I'm just playing. We'll talk about it later. I'm just playing.
Bro?
What? If you want to leave a review for the show, you can do that on Apple Podcasts. You can leave a rating and review. And now, apparently on Spotify, you can leave a comment.
You can comment on individual episodes on Spotify now. I don't know if anybody has done that or not. We're going to go check and see.
How do you check that?
Well, you go to Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
You search for This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
Okay.
You go to a specific episode, and you see if anybody's commented.
Oh, nice. Sounds like every other social media thing that we have. No?
What did you think of this episode?
Tell us right now.
Do I have to go through and check on all of these?
It doesn't just give you an alert?
I guess not.
Anyway, and if you want to get some merch, you can go to This Is My Bourbon Shop. Where's the merch at?
Bourbonshop.threadless.com.
Yeah, that's the one.
Also,
I was thinking of the email.
It looks like this is my bourbonshop@gmail.com. It looks like it didn't start until March 1st.
Oh.
So the first episode you can comment on.
You can comment on.
The first episode you can comment on Spotify is episode 271. This is how we deal with bourbon burnout plus 4 Roses 80 proof bourbon review.
Nice. I like that episode.
So anything over the past 5 weeks, you can comment on, including this is a week of TIMBP on Patreon.
Ooh.
Which if you haven't listened to, that's kind of a peek into what we do weekly for the Patreon community.
Yep.
I still cut something out of that episode, and I'm not going to talk about it. You remember?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten until I was editing, and I was like, crap.
Yeah, I remember that one. You can, you can watch the show live. Not live. You can watch the video version, on YouTube. This is My Bourbon Podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, get the bell notifications.
They're in the ceiling.
All that stuff. Oh, God.
Is that why it's been leaking?
Yeah. Where am I at right now? Where am I at? Follow us on all social media at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow me at Whiskey Meat. You can follow Perry at Peter1792. We have a Facebook group. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group. Answer some questions. We'll put you in there. We do show updates and other stuff there. Like we mentioned 1,000 times before, if you join the Patreon, there's a Discord. We're doing a lot of fun things there now. You just tell people about us. Send letters to your friends, emails, share us, whatever you want to do. It all helps. We just love the support. We love you guys. We got the live show coming up.
Buy tickets. Come hang out with us.
Tickets
have a good time.
The link is in the show. We're going to be posting it everywhere probably over the next little bit. So join that and then listen next week.
Tune in next week.
What are we doing next week?
Don't know, but I do have a little baseball update for everybody.
Okay.
My Cardinals are playing in a preseason match against the Miami Marlins. Miami? I don't know. They're somewhere in Florida.
It's
Into the
just
third.
the Florida Marlins.
Florida Marlins. Thank
Yeah.
you. Into the third, they're currently crushing them 10-1.
10-1. Kentucky's doing pretty good in March Madness right now because they haven't played
Because
yet.
they haven't lost yet. Which
Because
give
they
us a
don't play
couple
till
hours.
tonight.
Give us a couple hours. It's probably going to change.
Check back with me next week and see how I feel about that.
That does it for this week's episode. We hope you guys had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, and thank you so much for listening. As always, folks, we'll see you next. Irish pirate.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next week. Until then, I'm Perry,
I'm Eric.
and this is my Bourbon Podcast.